Hi, my name is Michael Rhodes, and today I'm talking about dimensions and densities. Now, what we don't realize is that we all have, well, we do realize we all have three-dimensional bodies, but we don't seem to realize that the souls we are have very, very different levels of consciousness. And so there are some souls of what I would call in a three-dimensional body, nevertheless are still with a two-dimensional and second density level. And these people see the world as flat. So I'm not making fun of them. They can conceive a ball if they see it, absolutely. But they cannot conceive the idea of the world as being a ball. They were incarnating when the world was considered flat. They were incarnating them, and that fitted exactly the development of their dimensional growth as spiritual beings. As souls, that was how it was. And then they miss some incarnations and they come in now, and it's still flat earth. And we can make fun of them and say this is crazy, and they will give you the reasons and logic behind it all. But the simple fact is, a sphere is not possible for them to imagine the earth because they have a two-dimensional density. And that is not common, but it happens. They can be brilliant. I mean, they can be very clever. It's nothing to do with their brain or their intelligence. It's to do with the density and the dimension that the soul is still with. So then you get three-dimensional people physically, but those physical people also have four-dimensional metaphysical abilities to think, the emotions, our intuition, our imagination, all that is fourth-dimensional. Now, with those people, this is the majority of people on this planet we're now talking about. With these people, they have a third level of density, three-dimensional body, a third level of density. So, and they work subconsciously. So the subconscious is stuck in the third density level. So right now we're going through controversy. Right now the human template is being broken. And right now those people on the third level of density are clinging that everything's okay. Why would the media lie to us? The doctors must be right. The fact that thousands of doctors are saying don't take the vaccine is dangerous. The fact is that there are now tens of thousands of people who are now talking about the Illuminati trying to overthrow and control the whole world population. It's all happening, and yet the third subconscious, third density level cannot see that. And you get it in a family, husband and wife even. Why can't you see this? It's so obvious. Everybody can see it. Why can't you see it? And the other one, the spouse says, but you're crazy. It's just conspiracy theory. I don't see how you got caught up in this nonsense. What is wrong with you? You've gone crazy. You're one of the crazies. And so they don't realize that one of those who is seeing what's going on has moved into a fourth density level. And on the fourth density level, they are now beginning to connect with the fifth dimension. So they're held in three-dimensional bodies, but their activity on the fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional level is growing stronger and stronger. And this is how you get this incredible disparity that we're getting now. And I was saying years ago, for those who are listening in what used to be my intensives, there is already another sun. But you cannot see that sun from a third density level. You've got to move to a fourth density level to be aware the sun is there. And in fact, one person recently photographed two suns. Their camera actually recorded two suns because I would say the consciousness of the photographer could embrace that. If they couldn't see it, I'm sure they would have photographed one sun. And so there are now two suns. And so what is also happening, there is a second Earth. And this second Earth, I've been aware for the last decade or more, the formation of this another Earth. And this other Earth is of a higher frequency. So a fourth dimensional level is a higher frequency than the third density, which is third dimension. And so we get caught up because we're all in three-dimensional bodies. But we are not, please get this, we are not three-dimensional beings. We are not physical bodies. That is not who we are. So the metaphysical people who metaphysically are moving more and more into a fourth density level, they will move into an ascension. There's no question. We're heading toward possibly one of the biggest ascension events in our history, ever. Because there's a lot of people on the planet now. It'll still be the minority, a small minority of the people, but that could be as many as millions of people. And that's what I call incredible and wonderful. And so there is no rights or wrongs here, or good or bad, or slow or fast, or any form of judgment. But this is the time to not just polarize, but to allow yourself to move from a third density level to a fourth density level. And on a fourth density level, you are more conscious. Metaphysically, you're more conscious. We are metaphysical beings. It's not about the physical body. So as a metaphysical body, I fully embrace fourth and fifth densities. I'm aware of the fifth density, very much so. Fourth and fifth densities. I'm less and less as I move more and more away from the subconscious hold of me. I'm less and less of a third density. And one of the things I teach is by being conscious, you move into the fourth density and then onto the fifth density level. Because dimensions and density work together except on a physical level. And three-dimension is the body. It is not the state of consciousness. It is not the metaphysical being unless the metaphysical being is on the same density as their body. And so what's happening now is this great divide, as I call it, the divide in the humanity, where the fourth density level are moving away. They are doing their best through internet and through the media. Why don't you see this? We're being controlled. The whole COVID-19 is a hoax. It killed 99.9%. Let's just say 99% live. How can it be a pandemic? That's not a killer. It's only touching the elderly. Let's look after the elderly and forget other people. We don't need to isolate them. We don't need to cause death through many other reasons. And to continue this crazy scheme that's going, when Biden was inaugurated as president, the World Health Organization let it be known to hospitals, you now diagnose heart attacks, pneumonia, influenza and all the other diseases that kill people. So instantly down come the COVID numbers. The whole thing is a perpetrated control on people. And guess what? Third density, three-dimensional third density still has fear. It's still living subconsciously. And so the subconscious fear comes in and they control those people by fear. People like me, we cannot be controlled by fear. Fourth density level are not controlled by fear. They've moved beyond fear. Fear they see as an illusion. They're not even concerned that much if they lost their bodies. They know they're not bodies. They're ready to move on. And so the great divide is the great mass of third density, three-dimensional, will go and do this cycle again. And that's not wrong or bad. But the fourth density, people who are moving into the fourth density, there's an earth waiting that has never been polluted. That there are no laws of human laws. There are no police, there are no armies. There's no negativity. It's a pristine planet waiting for a higher consciousness of fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, fifth density to move on to it in preparation for moving on and our growth as human beings. This is what's going on. And so if you're a fourth density person trying to get third level of density to see it, you've got an uphill battle. basically the best way to go about it is by talking of love, by being loved, by letting those people, it doesn't matter what you believe, I love you. Love connects us. Love keeps us together. Love is what lifts us to a fourth density. It's love, loving ourselves, loving each other, being a friend who is a friend who doesn't support weaknesses, but a friend who supports our strengths. A friend who doesn't say, oh yeah, well I support you no matter what, but a friend who says, this is not a good direction to go. This is not the best thing you can do. I'm going to love you whether you go this way or not, but this is not a good direction for you. I would change direction. Just the same if I see people running toward a great gulf. I would say to them, look, I wouldn't keep running that way. I would slow right down and come to a stop and think about where am I heading? Instead of running with the herd over the edge of the precipice, back into another repeat, it's time to stop and ask yourself, why do I cling? If I can see somebody I respect and love who can see a different picture from me, why do I play the game, I'm right, you're wrong? Could I let go of the game of me being right and you being wrong? Because they don't keep saying to me, I'm right and you're wrong. They just trying to urge me to be more open. Ask yourself, why is this happening? Why does the old consciousness cling? The old density clings because it's subconscious, because it has a program, because it's terrified to leave the program. It's the Matrix movies. It's what they're all about. The terror of leaving the program, the subconscious program. People, it is time. It is time to move from the third density to a fourth density. It is time to realize that there is another sun shining, and that sun will never burn you. That sun has a relationship with the sun in your 12th chakra that can open you to the stars. It can open you to the magnificence of the being you truly are. It can open you to newness. It's time. You're not just changing your mind from one belief to another. It's time to leave the old paradigm that holds the people in that three-dimensional, third density, subconscious cocoon. Because that's what it is, a cocoon. It's time to break out of it and fly into the butterfly self, into the light being self you are on a fourth and fifth dimensional density level. It's time, and the path, as always, and it works, is constantly for yourself and for other people, choose love.